Okay, we've got a 4th position Helena game here. I picked Helena because there's a web of power. It's that simple. There was a tech road that is very combat heavy, artillery, detonation devices, ordnance. I would have picked Romber if he was available for those. Or Beast, but neither of them were in the pool. Oh, there's Shaihood again. Yeah, so, I mean, if we had a good leader available to take advantage of all this stuff, I would definitely be interested. But such a thing did not exist. Signet Ring means we get the Web of Power. But we can't Wealth Mentat. I don't know where we actually send the Signet Ring. We're 4th, so we have to play it if we don't want it to get stolen. So... go to Erichese. That might draw us faction. It does. We set aside Web of Power. We can play the Seek Allies and still buy the Web of Power. Let's put in 2 for now. And if we really want to win the combat, we can go to Carthage with our reconnaissance. I guess we don't want to do that though. Because that would cost us the Web of Power. We can't do that. So we'll just go 3 in instead. Piter, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Nobody goes for Hardy Warriors, so I guess I can consider myself lucky. So what do we want to seek allies to? Probably wealth. Still suits is not bad, especially because we have a Web of Power. We definitely... So what would we rather get off the Web of Power? Water or Solari? Probably water in general. We don't need to put more troops in, though. So, I think just Solari is fine. We need to get it eventually. Because we drew a card, we have a chance to draw the Signet Ring or the Web of Power next round for Piter, which would be pretty crazy. Water Peddler for Armand is something we have to watch out for. Except the Spice Smugglers, which is interesting. I don't really like that card very much. Oh, man. I'm pretty tempted to get this in the shadows, but I shouldn't. No holo projectors available. Pretty good round 1 for me. Web of Power, win the combat. Shuffle, trigger a shuffle, get wealth. It's get a shipping bump even. It's pretty good. Didn't draw the nice cards. We have enough persuasion that we can get Piter, but we don't have yellow. So, like, these guys may not smuggle, but we're not going to be able to take advantage of it. Which kind of sucks. We want to play a diplomacy. Probably to wealth, just to get the web of power online. Armand goes smuggling, so it wouldn't have been an option anyway. I kind of like wealth Mentat here. We have a chance to draw the ring and lock up Piter. But if we wealth Mentat and we don't draw the ring, we might have to reveal early for Piter. In the Shadows is good, but we're not going to be able to get her. Like, there's a very low shot of that. Fold space. That's pretty bad. Having her have double Interstellar. Yeah, it's pretty bad. We could... Machinations. We could, like, take Diplomacy. With Web of Power, I think Still Suits here makes a ton of sense. Or Hardy Warriors, I mean. Let's do that. We have 2 daggers in hand, too. And this puts us... Like, this helps our Web of Power out a lot. Like, we can take Fremen plus Emperor here. And then the first time we play our Web of Power, we're going to get 2 Solari and a Water. We could also send a dagger to Tech Negotiation to lock up the Piter. I say lock up. That's not quite correct. It gives us enough persuasion, although we probably don't get there before the other people. We know Tessie is not going to fight us because she's just going to go for Interstellar. What we don't know is what Armand and Ilban are going to do. Armand doesn't act like he really wants to fight us here. We could Mentat as well. I think that's a weaker play overall. It does draw us a card. And 2 of the cards we could draw are very good. But, again, before we even take another action, these guys are going to be revealing. We don't know... Do we know what Armand has in hand? Yeah, we do. He has 2 Convincings. He has 2 Convincings and 1 other card, and neither of the cards are a dagger. So he has Piter. Like, if he wants Piter, he has Piter. So, that kind of sucks. 5 is still good for Legion. He may end up getting in the Shadows instead. Maybe we go Mentat here. We're not going to get wealth, so I don't know. I think we ought to just go ahead and grab the Tech Negotiation. That's the overall safer play. Ilban Mentats. Okay. Sure. Doesn't bother me all that much. Oh, Seek Allies is his other card. So he doesn't have the 5. Well, that's cool. He's just going to get the In the Shadows, which is not good for us, but, like, whatever. I don't really mind Armand, of all people, having In the Shadows. As soon as we can get to smuggling, we have Swordmaster, so we're not really too worried right now. I don't see a way that Ilban takes the combat from us. Oh my god, it's Mentat Heaven. Okay, who do we want? Who do we like better? Well, I like Thufir better. But damn, they're both so good. We have our ring next round, so we probably get both. Who would we rather have first? I think Thufir, because he helps our Web of Power. But on the contrary, we need green to get Swordmaster. But we have green in the next hand, so we don't care so much about that. So let's grab my Thufir. And we can always ring Piter next round. Although I guess Ilban's going to get him. So maybe we should have taken Thufir. We should have taken Piter because Piter is a better card for Ilban than Thufir is. Yeah, I think that's the correct way of thinking about it. Okay, he doesn't have the persuasion, so we don't care. Already I'm pretty happy with this game. Web of Power Thufir is, like, so fantastic. We win the first 2 combats, too, which is really, really good. We're against a Tessia, and we know this Tessia is pretty good at the game, though, so we can't rest on our laurels. Plus, Armand has a lot of value. So I don't think we actually go Emperor Fremen. And the reason that we don't is because we need Guild to contest Tessia. Tessia is moving before me. Let's do this. So Signet Ring is our green, so we can't play Signet Ring first action. I don't think Tessia smuggles here. It would be a weird play. She's got Interstellar, why would she do that? Maybe because nobody else can. She could do it. It does make some internal sense. It blocks me. She doesn't want to, though. She can't get to 8. There's not like a tech that gives her Solari, so fine with me. We could also just reveal the Web of Power. Usually that's how people prefer to play it. Given that we only have one faction with it, I think that's probably the better way to play it. But the weird thing about it is, like, if you play it to BG, you get a faction bump anyway. Like, what's better, revealing this card and getting a bump with BG, or playing it to secrets, getting a bump with BG and also an intrigue card? You know what I mean? Like, if the only other thing we would do is play it to BG, we should play it. Deado devices. Oh, that's exciting. Shuttle fleet. Okay. Smuggle. Recall. Solari. Our ability to infiltrate Swordmaster is irrelevant here. Yeah. We can use the Web of Power for a bump with BG, or sorry, with Guild, and then that way we can take Interstellar from Tessia next round. I think that's a better way to play it. Tech negotiation. Okay. Can't buy a tech. I don't know what she's going for there. We go ahead and grab our Swordmaster. We set aside... Well, here's the interesting thing. We probably can't get Piter. If we go Reconnaissance to... I mean, there's just no way, right? It's just... It can't happen. We could get Gunthopter, though. Piter is the most dangerous card for my opponents to have, so even though I want to play double Mentats, I think we just block it, right? Oh, firm grip. Okay. Ooh. Well. What are our odds of getting to 4 for firm grip? 33% chance if we went to Arakeen. Which is what I'm leaning towards. I could go to Imperial Basin. That helps with the techs. We're obviously not winning the combat. We're just really doing it for the secondary effect associated with the space. If we go to Imperial Basin, we're definitely not buying a good card. We also shuffle the Web of Power in, which is not good. Or we don't shuffle the Web of Power in, which is not good. So I think, even though it would be cool to draw Thufir, or to draw Convincing, like, there's, like, half this deck we would be happy with. I think, overall, the better play is just to... Like, yeah, it would be nice to have Firm Grip. Yes, I completely agree with that. But, it looks like Tessie is going to take it anyway. Yeah. Ugly. Very, very ugly. The odds of that happening when I ringed Piter were not high. Technically, because Piter only costs 4, there is a chance, a 33% chance that I can get him by going to Arakeen. Tessia is guaranteed not in the combat. Ilbon probably will be, but that's not guaranteed. Getting second place in the combat would be nice. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Ilbon's going to play to whatever city I don't play to. The 2 spice, what's the value on that, really? I mean, none of these techs are that amazing. I guess it would allow me to selective breeding later. It's not bad. I have a lot of BG access. Let's go for it. I mean, I love Piter. Let's try. Nah, didn't work. Dagger means we could put 1 troop in and be relatively safe to do it. Let's just do that. Well, it was worth a shot. Ilbon doesn't contest, which is nice. Shuttle fleet. Ooh. Okay, Armand. It's pretty good, actually. Four daggers. This wouldn't be bad. We only have 1 BG card, though, so probably not what we're looking for. I mean, it's good in the sense that Helena can always infiltrate a city, so... yeah, maybe, honestly. There's my boy. He is going to be my interstellar machine today. Yuck. But at least he boosts my consistency. We've got the Web of Power shuffled back in, but not the Thufir. Yeah, I mean, I guess the better play would have been Imperial Basin last round. No ring. No Solari for Mentat. No way to draw. We're 1 short of like every... yeah. You need 2 of a resource to draw, right? You need 2 spice for selective. You need 2 Solari for Mentat. And 2 water for research station. And we're 1 short of each of those things. Although we don't even have the ability to go to research station. I like that Ilbon's chasing Emperor aggressively because it makes the firm grip significantly weaker. Especially if Tessia can't... like, she's not at wealth, right? So if she has to do something like Mentat pay, she's going to really screw herself up when it comes to the Swordmaster. Which is fine, but it's good to make her make a sacrifice like that, you know? We could pick up a disposal facility. Round 4 is a little bit late, but honestly, I don't hate it. I didn't notice that Tessia had a power play. That's kind of nasty. We can't get to 6. We probably don't win this combat either. So I think we just probably... There's definitely something to be said for having the fold space, but our deck is pretty decent as it is. Let's get the water online for Web of Power. But this makes Disposal Facility worse, because now we don't have 6 Persuasion anymore. I mean, we're likely to in the future. Let's say we get a trash in round 5. Let's say we get a trash in round 6. Is it worth it? I mean, Chimerky would be ideal. It would be preferable. It would be preferred. Getting rid of the daggers is good, though. Like, if we can redraw into Web of Power over and over again, we're going to be very happy with that. And sometimes, like, yeah, you just really want trash stuff. I don't know. This is difficult. If we had the 6, I would do it. If we don't have the 6, it's tough, right? Cascade winning this combat is very bad. Suppose Ilbon can hypothetically stop her, but I don't think it's going to happen. The good news is she doesn't have a Dreadnought. So we have to tech negotiate here. And it's tough, right? We're spending a lot. Like, we won't be able to get back to the Chimerky. But I don't really want people trashing their unload cards. And it is a good Helena tech. It just is. We're probably not going to get the Ordnance online. Whatever, I'm just going to do it. Unfortunately, we reveal Hauler Projectors for Armand. Ilbon is not interested in contesting. It's not what I would have done. I would have at least tried to if I could. I say what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what to, I don't know what his options were. The good news is nobody got their Swordmaster in round 4. Like, I'm still the only person with a Swordmaster. I would like this Smuggler's Thopter, for sure. Thopter plus Protective. Okay, well, no choice there. Yeah, so we just get the Smuggler's Thopter is good enough. We don't get a Disposal Facility trigger, but that's okay. Thopter helps us get future triggers. We have Web of Power next round, and we have all 3 of the things, so I think we do want to play it. Of course, there's no rush, because we can infiltrate BG. Interesting. Well, you can deploy those. I mean, I guess I would definitely deploy 2 troops. It's just a shame that he can't win. I wonder if we can get full scale. Maybe. It might be too late for full scale. Yeah, Dreadnought's good. And keeping it away from Tessia, who gets points off of Dreadnoughts, is also good. Somebody's going to get a Swordmaster next turn, because they're all sitting in 6. This spice space is so good. I don't think I get it. Maybe I do. I don't think I do. That's 4 spice for no water, and I'm last. Guild Bank Rate is kind of awkward. It helps somebody get an Ordnance online. Ilbon doesn't screw around. He just takes it. Not probably what I would have done, but you never know who might have a windfall in hand, so it makes some sense. We want to get to 6 Persuasion this round for obvious reasons, and Web of Power playing it does help with that. It gives us Solari for Mentat, Water for Research Station, and a card draw on its own. So, yeah. It's going to be our last action of the round, most likely, or maybe our second. We want Mentat, but we're still 1 Solari short. So now basically it depends on what these guys do. If they both have yellow, they're both going to the Interstellar and the Imperial Basin. Interstellar with voice. Okay, interesting. As somebody who has a sword master, I'm considerably less affected by voice. That's the thing about voice, is it really punishes the players that don't have their sword master, for better or for worse. He's gonna try to go for those holo projectors eventually. Shihilud might just go grab start grabbing dreadnoughts. I don't think he's going to get his swordmaster till like round 7, so you might as well just buy the dreads. Blocks wealth. Interesting. So yeah, if I'm Shihilud right now, I definitely just pivot to dreads. Because Armand's going to get the swordmaster next round, so you're locked out of it for a long time. And round 7, it's not even worth it. And by blocking wealth, he prevents her from using firm grip. Has she revealed that yet? I don't remember what she revealed last round. Yeah, she firm grips to Dreadnought. I think that's completely the correct play. Well, we do get this. Pretty awesome. That's Chimerky if we want it. It also allows us to web of power to selective breeding. Which would definitely help us get the trash engine going. I like Chimerky a lot, though. Especially because the game's looking pretty close. Yes, Tessie's in the lead, but she's running out of gas. We can't let her win the combat, though, because detonating a device here would be really, really powerful. The thing is, I don't have the ability to stop her. That's not true. I do. I could. No, I don't. I don't have guild access. Well, I hope Ilbon cares enough to stop her, but I don't think he does. Is round 5 too early for a Spice Must Flow? Maybe. Let's use the Web of Power, right? So trash dagger. There's our 6 persuasion. Draw into Thufir. You get a BG bump. Drew into faction, so now we can actually play a little better here. Or we could Signet Ring and like put aside the full scale. In the deck is Persuasion. So if we go to Arakeen, we guaranteed get the full scale. Okay, good. He's actually trying to stop her. I don't think he can, but he's trying. Did he trash his daggers yet? He's got 1 dagger in play area. It's not looking good. I think he's just going to win the combat. This is such a good combat for Dedo, too, because nobody really wants this thing in round 5. So you're forcing other players to spend their resources to stop you on something, which doesn't even really help them. One dagger in hand. She's got 3 intrigue cards, though, so I think she's still going to win the combat. Signet Ring Tech Negotiation does not get us a particularly good tech. It would allow us to use the holo projectors and keep them away from Armand. At this point, I don't know that I'm that worried about Armand. I mean, it does give us the ability to get Chimerky next round by going to Tech Negotiation. And I don't really want to draw Smuggler's Thopter. I guess the one spice is relatively equivalent in that regard, though. We could Mentat. Yeah, why not? Mentat allows us to play to faction. Okay, he ties her, but that's not going to be enough. She's going to have an intrigue card. I mean, I support forcing her to spend it, but yeah, it's not going to be enough. And he didn't play his Legion, so he doesn't actually have troops to deploy. Oh no. Dude, no, that is the wrong play. Unless you're going to use your Legion to put him back in. Oh no, that's... Okay, well... So, diplomacy to where? To be fair, if we go to Fremen, we can try to take Tessia's point. It's the only one she's got. But going to secrets just gives us a point, which seems better. We don't need more water. But Tessia's in the lead, and we have to try to stop her. Full scale. Trash a Dune. Smuggler's Thopter is just a better version of that card. Recruitment Mission is nice. We'll reshuffle. We might be able to draw the full scale Web of Power or Thufir. But yeah, this is... He should have put the troops back in. We can't just let Tessia get points like that. Like, maybe you think she has an intrigue card, but you have to force her to have it. At least she doesn't get her Swordmaster, but, I mean... It's cold comfort. Her not having her Swordmaster does mean I can bully her a little bit on the Fremen. Potentially. But the problem is she's Tessia. She can just shuffle the influence away if she really wants to. Hardy. But the thing is, if she doesn't have a Dread, it kind of is not that big a deal. I mean, it's not good, but it's not that big a deal. Thufir. Reconnaissance. Well... I think we take Chimerki here. We take Fremen. We're just going to try to steal it from her with Web of Power. Because if I can, like, take Thufir or Diplomacy to Still Suits, I can steal it from her. And if she plays the Still Suits to protect it, then she's put a lot of effort in. And, like, she doesn't have her Emperor friendship yet, so I think it's fine. Bendu is interesting. These cards aren't very good, actually. I mean, they're fine. They mean that we can probably get a Spiceless Flow this round and next round. Our deck's not big enough to where, like we're going to draw the whole deck. So, Yeah, I don't know. These cards all say Spice Must Flow on them. We probably want to go to, like, the Great Flat, right? That gives us Highliner next round. If we draw the access, which we will. Mimic Quarters is brutal. Oh my god, I can't believe that came up. Okay, well, at least she's probably not going to get the point. Because she's still at 0 on Emperor. So we can't steal the Fremen anymore. It's just not possible. So that we have to readjust now. Okay. I kind of don't want to play Thufir like that. So my only yellow, though. We can draw 3 with full scale, and there's not really any cost to it. We don't want Tessia winning that Mentat. Now we have to start worrying about Ilban, because he's probably at 6 points here. I think last action is probably Signet Ring to the Great Flat. It's a little concerning because we could get our cards stolen, but our cards aren't that good, so who cares? We just start using Web of Power to go up on BG. Ramon goes to Haga Basin, so he's trying to gear up for Highliner. Doesn't have the Spice Must Flow, so that's good. Does get the Worm Riders though, which is kind of scary. Well, I don't think you're necessary. Just get that out of there. We don't want to deploy more. We will be a little short on water here, but if we need more, we can play Web of Power. And we're almost guaranteed to draw it with this hand. What do we think about using the recruitment mission to put In the Shadows on top of our deck? I think I like it. Tessia could win that alliance, you know? Ambush from Thufir. Probably trash the Dune again. We're still going to end up over our limit. Let's just do it, though. Top of deck. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. We need our guild access. I guess we can ultimately still end, like Bendu. And we have Ixion Probe, so we can discard her immediately. Doing that meant that we didn't get stolen from by Ilbon, so yeah, that was the play. I don't think she's getting another detonation device at this point, because she just spent her entire garrison. She doesn't have 6 spice, so it seems like she's kind of running out right now. And we're not going to let her get the BG Alliance, so... We've trashed a lot of cards, actually. 4 cards already. Kind of nice. It's a late disposal facility, but I think it's still pretty good. We do potentially have the... Okay. And surely the ambush is better next round. Whatever. Yes, it puts us below theft range, but I just don't think that's quite worth it. Our cards are not good enough that we need to worry about being stolen from. And if she sends her agent to BG, which she can only go to secrets, it's just not worth a lot to her. Calculated higher. Okay. Well, that's good as an Ilbon sort of slowdown tool. We draw Thufir, so we don't have to worry about our guild access. Where is my ship? You mean like your shipping access? I don't like giving her an extra action. Maybe I should have... I don't know. The problem is, because our Mond has 9 spice, we can't really play around here. So we take the Bendu. We do not want to pass our turn. Take the Ixion Probe, we discard In the Shadows, and we discard Convincing. We go up on BG. We have to Highliner here. But we have City. So we're gonna still be able to... We're going to still be able to research station, no matter what other players do. A little awkward that these are some of our best cards that are in our draw pile, but we have a Thufir and a Web of Power, so I can't complain. Oh yeah, the Calculated Hire doesn't do anything. The Mentat was taken. But funny enough, Ilbon goes there anyway because he wants the card draw that badly. So maybe we go to secrets first. Because the number of, like, spaces that we want to go to, the faction spaces we want to go to, is kind of dwindling. We actually only have 6 persuasion here. We should be okay, because if we go to research station, we draw... Well, the problem is now we're running out of cards in deck. We could go to Fold Space and steal the guild from Armand, but I'm not worried about Armand. I'm worried about Tessia. We have an ambush, which means that we're going to be at least 19 here. So I feel pretty confident in this combat. The problem with adding the Spice Must Flow to my deck is that it hurts my ability to get future Spice Must Flows. I said I was almost guaranteed to get the Spice Must Flows around, but I'm not sure that's true. Conspire is actually a decent play for him. It increases his ability to win combat in multiple ways, even if it doesn't help him deploy it in any particular manner. We almost had a double Mentat game, but unfortunately we only got one of our Mentats. I had to choose the one I liked better. Interesting that he does still want the Sword Master at this point in the game. Ilbon wants to ship, but doesn't have interstellar access. I don't think I can close the game out this round, so... Would I rather play Diplomacy to Secrets? My Garnison. I guess nobody can go... I think Diplomacy to Secrets is the right play here. Just my point. Demand Respect is really good. What do we think about Urgent Mission? Like, proactive urgent mission. Well, there's 2 players that have stand to gain a point from that space. I just don't want to be infiltrated. It detonates, bro. So if I can get 2 spice, I can actually steal. I can steal Armand's alliance. Research station's blocked. That's annoying. I can still get there. Takes me a little longer. So when we Signet Ring to Imperial Basin, we probably don't get a Spice Must Flow here. This is 3 Persuasion. If we draw the Convincing, I think we do, but probably we don't. Is it better to try to focus on winning the combat or try to focus on demanding respect? We just need 1 point to win this round if we can win the combat. And we have our ambush already. The person threatening us is Ilbon, who doesn't really have any intrigues. Okay, Imperial Basin's gone. We can still get the spice. We just take Interstellar instead. Why Interstellar? Because that's the space where... it's a space where like other players have the most to gain from, rather than these. We could also just go to cities and try to lock up the combat victory that way. We want to do this. Set aside a card, Worm Riders. Up, down, spice. Now Ilbon is kind of close. Depending on what intrigue card he had, we might be in trouble. The thing is, on top of our deck is a full scale, which is 3 daggers. So I think we're still okay. Let's see what Ilbon has acquired this game. Shifting Allegiances, which he can't play. Imperial Spy, which is a dagger. Spice Must Flow. Imperial Bashar, which he's already played. Set a card Legion, which would be pretty dangerous for us. That's really the card that we need to be scared of, is Legion. We don't have any idea if he has it or not. We might be able to beat him, though, even with it. I think we do this. And the shadows. That's not really what I wanted to draw there. I guess even if this were a convincing, we'd be at 8 and not 9. So I should have done the math more clearly. We reveal for 2 spice, though, so that's kind of nice. He does have the Legion, so I think we lose the combat. See how many troops he wants to put in. Does he go for broke? And this Shadows isn't actually that useful anymore. It's kind of a poison pill. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we should have just saved that card. But no, because we would have had our entry card stolen. He's debating how much he wants to put in. We have 3 intrigues. And we have the full scale in hand. So we have 7 daggers that we're adding. It just depends on what he does. Negotiate withdraw. Oh, that is weird. Okay. Are you going to deploy them back in, or are you going to make the same mistake that you made earlier in the game? You know I win if you don't beat me here, right? Okay, well, what... okay. Alright. His name is Legion. He's literally the Sardaukar Legion, so... Can you blame the guy? Not enough, Armand. Unless you have combat cards. Having In the Shadows actually is helpful here. Because Armand hasn't In the Shadows. It's not enough, Armand. I guess he's looking for like a card that would steal the Alliance. Should have fighted. It's okay, I think I still beat him in the combat. There's no way you have like a bribery, right? Oh, does he just trash it and steal? Yeah, he does. That's so annoying, oh my god. So now I can't win this round. Because I have to use Demand Respect to steal back BG. I guess I can Demand Respect and not spend the spice to do the same thing. I don't know. Probably better to steal Guild. Oh, he doesn't have it. Why didn't he trash the card? What? Am I missing something? Oh, he already trashed it. Okay. Then I can win this round. Oh, I also have a Whip of Power. Yeah. Also disposal facility. Well, let's see if he has an ambush of his own. I mean, he might. He just drew the card. We got him. Helena Power. I love Disposal Facility Helena. It's so good. We shouldn't really spend the spice for tiebreakers, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's go. Well, I got back at him. I don't know what Legion was thinking there. I mean, to be fair, 22 daggers. If he adds 6 troops, that's 12. He would tie me, right? If he did, instead of retreating, if he didn't retreat and also added, he's up 12 daggers. That's exactly a tie. So if he had done that, I wouldn't have won. That's what I would have done in his shoes. Now, that being said, he didn't know I could win the game this round, so he was just trying to go to next round, which makes sense. Because in order to win the game this round, not only do I have to win the combat, I also have to come up with another point somewhere. And it can't be like an endgame point. It has to be like an active point. So basically, like, only demand respect could do it. Or if I had a spice must flow, which I didn't. And Shamarki meant that I could actually afford to spend on the demand respect. Yeah, so it made sense. BG Guild. Yeah, super fun game. Helena is awesome. Look at this deck. Oh, so beautiful. I mean, the Spice Must Flow is not so beautiful, but... And this didn't matter. It wasn't part of our actual deck this game. But this stuff, wonderful. Helena's great. Yeah, Chimerki was pretty good, actually. You know, we used the cards that we drew. I don't know if the... Well, the In the Shadows let us keep that BG Alliance, right? Like, using the recruitment mission to get the In the Shadows did matter. At first, I thought maybe that was a garbage play. But we discarded it to the Ixion Probe, right? And we also revealed it this round, too. And then we trashed it. Like, the combination of those is at least 3 BG bumps, right? Without those, Armand definitely has this alliance. And that doesn't mean the game is, like, lost. Like, we'll be at 9 points instead of 10. And so we have to go another round. And, you know, maybe we win in round 8. I don't know. We have the best deck of the table. Even though there's an Akaz at the table. Like, look at this. Like, Initiate. Like, this is not good. This is, like, whatever. That's not a deck builder. This is a deck builder. Sorry, Akaz, I love you. But it's true. Anyway. So, end of the game. MVP card. Well, look, I love Thufir, but I think it's got to be Web of Power. Right? I mean, God, this thing gave us, like, 2 faction bumps, a card, 2 Solari, and a water. I mean, holy crap, dude. To be fair, in the last round, the faction bump didn't matter. But when it went up with Guild so that we could go to Interstellar, that was kind of a big deal. So I think it's got to be Web of Power. Yes, Thufir boosted our consistency. Yes, he drew us entry cards, and he drew us regular cards, and just helped us out of bad hands. He's excellent, but it was Web of Power this game, I'm sorry to say. So maybe if I had bought Thufir a round prior, it wouldn't have been that way, but that's how it turned out. I think one of the reasons I won was that I had a Swordmaster round 3, and nobody else got a Swordmaster till round 5. That's pretty rough. So... yeah, there we go. But that's enough talking about the game. You guys are probably sick of that, so I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. Yeah, hope you guys have a good day. Let's see what it did to my... Do I get more stars for this, or do they, like, stop adding stars after a certain amount of time? I can't tell if they're still adding to this thing or not. This is getting out of control.